Hi, my name is Elise. I'm with UC Davis Turk, and today I'm going to lead you through the activity Tree Cookies. This is part of the Woods Water Wildlife Program through STEEC, and UC Davis is really strong in their research on the forests around Lake Tahoe. And this activity, we're going to learn how to read these tree cookies that I have in front of me and how to tell our own stories through their language. Trees can tell us many things. If we understand how trees grow, we can learn from them. By looking at a tree's growth rings, we can tell things about what has happened to that tree over the years, different weather patterns, and how those trees change and adapt to their environment. By learning about trees, we can also learn how we're connected to them. These are cross-sections of a tree. Imagine if you cut down a tree and took a thin slice from the trunk or from the branches. We call these tree cookies. The circles on it are called growth rings. These are because in Tahoe we have two growing seasons, one in the spring and one in the fall. The rings on a tree tell us how old a tree is. For this one, we can count together the light and the dark rings, which make up 1 year. So 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a small sample of how old this tree is. Sometimes the rings on a tree can be different sizes. What do you think makes up a big tree ring or a small one? These big growth rings might be because that tree had a lot of rain and sunshine that year, whereas these small tree rings might represent a time like a drought, which is when there's not a lot of rain or snow for the tree to grow. Sometimes a tree can have different markings on it that mean that tree went through a tough time that year. Sometimes a wildfire can spread and can leave something called a fire scar on your tree cookie. These look like dark marks that the tree has then grown over and continued to get bigger and stronger. Just like a tree, our environment can change the way that we grow. Maybe 1 year you broke a bone and you had to get a cast. How might we represent that in a growth ring, like a tree? Or maybe 1 year you went through a big growth spurt, or you got a new little sibling. All of these changes affect the way that we grow, and every tree is unique, just like each one of us is unique. And so to represent that, I have made my own tree cookie, and you can do the same at home. And all I've done is drawn the number of rings as how old I am. And we start all the way back when we were born. And then we count 10 years out, and that's when I moved to North Carolina from Ohio. And that was a really hard time for me, so I put a little fire scar there. But as you can tell, in the coming years, I grew a lot. I learned and changed all the way up until when I went to college in my 18th year. And that was a big change. I learned so much at college. And we can count all the way out until our final year, and I am 23 now. And so you can represent your own life story in a tree cookie of your own. And that can help you explain to your family and to your classmates and teachers what you've been through and some of the big changes that you've gone through over the course of your life. So record one of those videos short and put it on your Flipgrid to share with your class. Take a look outside and see how many trees are still standing strong. Some of these trees have been alive for hundreds of years, and they've been through wildfire, drought, beetle infestations, and big blizzards. But these trees have also been through lots of sunny days, years where they got lots of rain to help them grow, and humans who have helped them out along the way. Our tree cookies show that we are strong just like a tree, and that we can get through tough times to the sunny days ahead.